Here we've got a question where we need to find the equation of a line and then answer a few questions about it. So let's start having a look. First of all, we've got a sole thickness of 4 millimeters after 3 months, and then a sole thickness of 2 millimeters after 9 months. And so the first thing we need to do when we're coming up with the equation of a line is we need to have a look at what is the response variable, what is the explanatory variable, and start having a look at that. Because my response variable is going to be my y, and my explanatory variable is going to be my x. So when we have a look at the thickness of the sole is 4 millimeters after she's worn them for 3 months, then we start seeing that my response variable is going to be something about the thickness, and my explanatory variable is going to be something about the time. So that makes it very easy now for us to look at these 2 points. So when I have a look here, my blue point says that my explanatory variable, so my x, will be 3 months when my y is 4 millimeters. So I'm going to have a point of 3 and 4. And then my green data points tell me that my x is 9 months when my y is 2 millimeters. So therefore I'm going to have a point of 9 and 2. And now that I've got these 2 points, I can go to the calculator and I can find out the equation of the line. So what I'm going to do, remember, when I talk about my line, I'm looking at the format y equals mx plus c. So let's go to statistics and we're going to put those 2 points in. And so here we see, almost as if I've done this before, we've got exactly those 2 points into my x column and my y column. Here is 3, 4, and here is 9, 2 is this point. So now I'm going to go to calc, regression, linear regression, and I'm going to say my x's are my x's and my y's are my y's. And I get an answer here. Now remember, if I'm looking for y equals mx plus c, on my calculator that's going to appear as y equals ax plus b. These are the same thing. So here they are, and now I need to answer my questions. So I know the equation of my line is going to be, and I'll write it here, y equals negative a third. Now, negative 0.333 is negative 1/3. So I need to write that negative a third x plus 5. And this is the equation of my line. Now that I know that, I can start substituting points in. So point A, it says, when will the sole be 0 millimeters? So I can say, well, the sole is 0 millimeters when y equals 0. So therefore 0 equals negative a third x plus 5. And what I'll do is I'll put that in the calculator. So I'll go to main and I'll write in the main 0 equals negative a third. So let's write that properly. X plus 5. And I'm going to solve that for x. There are lots of different ways I can solve, but I like this method. And I end up with x equals 15. So I'll use my little green arrow that I normally use when I say that I've solved something on the calculator. And x equals 15. So that means when will it be at 0 millimeters? 15 months is my answer. So that's part 1, and I'm going to put my answer in a red box so the examiner knows. And part B, I'll squeeze in over here. It says the thickness of the soles when the shoe was purchased. So when the shoe was purchased, that means that my time, or my x, equals 0. And therefore, if I substitute that in, y equals negative a third times 0 plus 5, and therefore y equals 5. So the thickness of the sole was 5 millimeters. And that's how I can find out the equation of a line and some facts about these shoes by using a linear equation, which is this one, and then substituting in appropriate values.